found something I wasn't supposed to. I genuinely think I stumbled across something I shouldn't have. Let me explain. I'm a 27-year-old medical student. Nothing special or out of the ordinary about it. It was a stable path I was planning to be on since I was as young as I can remember. I always had other passions and interests, though. One being that a buddy of mine, for the sake of this, his name is Jack, and I have always had an interest in exploring abandoned places, old factories, decrepit buildings, things like that. So much so that back in August, we decided to start recording our outings as we planned to gather content to start our own YouTube page. We were ready to start our channel, but decided to record one more trip before our first upload and a regular posting schedule because the circumstances around it seemed like something that would garner a lot of attention. I'm no computer whiz, but Jack went to school for cybersecurity, so he was going to handle the tech side of our page. One night, he and I were at his apartment, where he has a massive computer setup, to which I can only describe as movie-like. Jack was browsing a dark web forum. I'm not even sure it's called the dark web, but it's that shady part of the internet where you have to download a separate browser, which he does pretty regularly. Nothing malicious at all. He says it's actually a good place to learn about high-level computer stuff. Although on this night he ended up on a forum for extreme urban explorers. People who travel all across the world doing the stuff we did, visiting abandoned places. In hindsight, it should have struck me as odd that this forum wasn't on the regular internet, given that it's pretty much sharing videos and locations that would otherwise be relatively easy to find. Or at least that's what I thought. I was scrolling my phone when Jack turned away from his monitor and toward me. "Check your spam email," he said. I had a separate email account dedicated to junk and those enter your email for a free trial sites. I don't even remember telling him about my spam account, but he was a tech guy, so I didn't question it. Sure enough, my inbox had an email forward. It didn't have an original address, just a random string of letters and numbers. In the body of the email was a set of coordinates that was also a hyperlink. I clicked on it, and it brought me to a Dropbox file that Jack had made private for he and I. On it was a .pdf. It was 3 pages. The first had the same coordinates typed out at the top, as well as a very grainy overhead satellite image of what looked like a rocky ocean cliffside. Under that was the same image, but in a thermal view. That image had a date and timestamp in the bottom corner. The month and day were redacted, but the year was this one, 2025. Additionally, the image had 6 red little dots arranged in 2 small groups of 3, each group aligned with a building jutting out of the cliff that I couldn't make out. I scrolled to the next page. These were a set of 4 screen captures, each one looking like a frame from a Call of Duty level, only these were not from any game. "What am I looking at?" I asked while analyzing the images. "I don't know, but it checks out. I looked through the metadata on the photos, and they are most certainly not edited or photoshopped." Jack replied. The rest of the .pdf file was similar images, except one stood out.